Do you live north of the river and love to party?
Yeah.
Do you live south of the river but don't mind a drive?
Yeah.
Then head on down to the newest Perth nightclub, Loop, in Joondalup, opening up on April 28th.
It's cranking the doors at 9 p.m. this Friday, the 28th of April. And it's going to stay open late. We're going to be there for the launch.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
opening night.
It's going to be almost as exciting as popping this man's pimple that's hanging off the front of his chin at the moment.
It's happening.
Do you reckon you're a chance to leave it on there until Friday and we'll make that as part of the promotional package? We get to pop Riley's pimple.
Fox Pops and popping pimples.
How exciting.
You're
You
the
might
first person in line. You got to pop the pimp.
you might get the opportunity to be interviewed by our own two-headed man, Mr. Riley McKenna, down
right.
and in Joondalup at Loop's launching event on the 28th of April.
Yes, 4 Reed Promenade, Joondalup.
Oh.
That's my favourite type of promenade.
It's Reedy.
I love reading at the promenade. If you're listening to this after that date, you're in luck because it'll be open the following week.
Holy shit.
Probably at 9 p.m. as well.
Oh.
But the only disclaimer is that unfortunately, the pimple will be popped by then.
Oh my god. I might grow another one. So depending on how much oil I produce.
There we go. How exciting. We hope to see you at Loop in Joondalup this Friday. G'day and welcome to the MacPack podcast.
We're back.
My name's Jay McKenna and to my left this week in order of the biggest mosh addict we have here on the panel. It's my little brother Jay. How are you, brother?
Jake, I love a mosh. I'm always up there in the mosh. I'm always in the GA standing. Don't give me a seat. I don't want that shit.
And to my right, coming in 6'1" as he does each and every week, is the baby brother of the pack, who we call Junior Boy. Junior Boy, how are you?
I've been moshing a lot since I've been 18, but people starting to get on my nerves. Joey, I'm trying to talk here, mate.
Joe's allergic.
You can sneeze during your time, but it's my time. Shut up!
See what happens? He's not in the mosh and he's bloody allergic to it. He's allergic to not being in the mosh. Boys, off the top, Joe's going to be talking about the mosh and sneezing probably. We're also chatting about orthodontist, which is a term I haven't heard in many, many a time.
Oh, gosh.
Don't really know what else we got on. Best bro, maybe. You know, uni teacher. It's a massive ep, so let's get into it. Boys,
Bingo.
how are we all? Are we all well?
Bit hay fever.
How does it feel? How does it feel, Joe? Not good, hey.
Not fan-freaking-tastic.
Not when the spotlight's on you, hey.
Fan sneezing tastic.
What's been going on, mate? What, you just sneezing the house down?
I didn't even sneeze that much today. I don't know where they came from.
No, I don't think it
It was
We got the
really
fan on.
The fan could be it.
Might
You
be
never
it.
know these days. I feel good now. I got it out of the system.
No, that's good. It was just one and done.
How much
Yeah.
fun are sneezes?
It's good, hey. There's one
So
bloke at my
satisfying.
work who he does like the fucking loud. He's a pretty small dude,
Short king.
and he's kind of like bit of the class clown, bit of the punching bag at work.
Okay. You
That's
can't
two-
be...
two different things.
Yeah, you can't be one and the same.
No, like
You're either
he-
getting bullied or you're funny. That's
so
it.
He's like a Joker type character,
Oh, yeah.
King Phoenix.
but then
He gets bullied.
so he will make jokes about everyone,
yeah.
but then everyone sort of just makes jokes about him.
Poor guy.
So
So
it's
he-
almost like he's like
That's a
bit of-
defense mechanism, I think, if he's making
No,
jokes
he started it.
Yeah.
about bullying himself.
Is he just that on fire that it's everyone versus him? And he can
Yeah.
hold everyone back. he
Yes,
can do it.
Well, yeah, he's like
He's-
fighting for his life.
But he's putting on a good effort.
But he
How
like,
tall is he?
Huh? Not that tall.
Give us size.
Like 5'5".
Jesus.
That is small.
Is that really small? Maybe not that small then. 5'7". I don't know.
Kira would be like 5'7", 5'8".
Yeah, maybe a bit smaller.
Five.
I'll ask him tomorrow.
All
We'll
right.
put it in the show. Put it in the show notes.
Gary the punching bag is 5'4".
And he does these sneezes that are fucking insane. Like, it's like the glass almost
Right.
shades.
Small
yeah.
but powerful.
Yeah, you don't want to be in his
Can
way.
you show us one?
It's like, and he does. I don't know if he's fucking putting it on or if he has like the most explosive nostrils in the planet. But he does like, and this is one for I guess the YouTube watchers. But he goes like, and he always like full like
Get the whole body
shakes
into it.
down, and it's like quite a deep loud noise.
Comes from the soul.
Spacey.
Yeah.
He's a soul sneezer.
And it's like, and it's so loud, and then no one will say God bless.
Oh, no. He's just getting bullied, man.
Gotta hit him with the God bless you,
The
man.
more we're hearing about him, the less I feel like he's loved by the fellow
He's my
staff
favorite
members.
coworker as well.
I love throwing a...
Then bless him, bro. Surely.
Yeah, but it's,
Well, you don't, because you will then get bullied.
It's
It'll be
so-
Joe's.
well, not if I'm not sitting in the like. So basically, we have like, it's like not cubicles, but like there's 4 desks in a section, and then there's that.
Mhm.
So you're hearing it from like, but then you don't want to be like stealing their bless you thunder. you
What's
know?
up with the bless you?
The bless you?
Where does it come from? What does it mean?
I
Why do
fucking
we
hate
do
it. It's like, I'm glad you brought it up. I'm not for it. I think it's silly.
Because, okay, I'm making a really loud, obnoxious noise. And you're basically saying, it was okay that you did that. We all forgive you.
Yeah, it's almost like I excuse like.
Yeah, you're
Excused.
excused.
Is
Although
it?
I didn't ever ask to be excused.
Yeah,
I was being obnoxious, and I don't want your permission to make that okay.
Yeah,
But
I
the bless
don't
you
like it.
makes you feel like it's okay that I just...
I think we
made
should be
that
done
weird
with it.
noise.
Someone sneezed at work literally last week. I'm glad you brought this up because I had the exact same thought. I was at the printer and someone sneezed and I was the closest one to it and I was like,
Not gonna
we
do
don't
it.
want to do this. Surely we're not doing this. Like,
I do.
small talk's hard enough, let alone being like, oh, bless you. And they're like, oh, thank you. And you're like, no worries. No.
Yeah.
You're like-
Shut up!
Like, she sneezed and I was like, nah, just let it go. And so I let it go. And then out of a different room, you just hear someone go, bless you. And you're like, well, now I'm a cunt. Now
It is
I'm
like-
the fuck with.
It is kind of weird. Also, like sometimes because we do like hot desking, so sometimes you sit next to someone you like don't really know, just like some random like dude from another team, and then like if they sneeze and they're like, oh bless you, like
Yeah,
just
it's
saying
weird.
that to like just some
We used
guy.
at the place that have worked previously, we had a girl. I've mentioned her before. She used to sneeze heaps.
Yeah, typical.
Of
Yeah.
okay.
She's a sneeze head.
But yeah, she used to sneeze, and it was never one. It was always like 1 into 2
Oh,
into
yeah.
3
Like
into
machine
4.
gun.
Yeah, I
Surely.
think there was a pattern. I think it was always 3, never 2, never 4, always 3.
They're unfortunate.
And one of my, are you about to go again?
I was about.
You're about to get evicted. Now, what happened was she would sneeze, and a few of the boys, they were just very nice. They were very nice lads. One of them we know quite well, TM.
Yep.
He would time it, but he would wait. He'd go 1, and then she'd go again. He'd go 2, then she'd go again. He'd go 3, and go bless you. Like that was the gag.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. I wonder why she does. Like why
I don't know.
some people are like
That
that.
is strange. There was another chick that I work with currently, or not currently, more recently. She'd just go, chew, 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 chew. And I was like, first time I heard it, I was like, turned to the bloke sitting next to me, I was like,
Whoa.
is she putting that shit on? What's that? That doesn't
Yeah.
seem like that's an involuntary action.
It's too many.
Yeah. And it was like,
It's a bit
there wasn't
dramatic.
none of them were big enough to actually just get the job
Yeah, proper
done.
Sneeze,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which is, yeah.
I hate the
Maybe-
fake sneezes as well. When a chick does a real cute sneeze, and you know,
Yeah.
come on.
You can fake a sneeze.
Come on, Bethany.
I think I don't like
There's
sneezing
something
in
in
front
that.
of other people.
Oh, I
Fucking
I tried not
bullshit.
to. I was holding that in. I like
His head
don't.
explodes.
It's so awkward, hey.
I really don't like sneezing. Yeah. Actually, the other day I was at home and I sneezed. I threw my neck out. Yeah.
What an
So much. Yeah.
What an athlete. When I get sick, my neck hurts because I sneeze so
Sneeze
much.
so much, yeah.
I actually love sneezing.
It's good.
Bro, you know what the best is?
It's good crack.
You know when like, you know when you're really sick and you're blocked up?
Yeah.
And obviously you have
Oh.
to be in private for a situation like this. But when you sneeze and you get some projectile mucus coming out of those nostrils.
What you can do,
Because they're so hard to get out, but if once you get all that power, it's
The
going
old snot rocket.
what I encourage people to do in the shower,
Here we
I'll
go.
preface it with that. Usually you have one nostril that's a bit heavier than the other when you're sick.
always. Yeah.
When you're in the shower and you feel a sneeze coming on, just hold the other nostril. Just hold one.
Hold
Just
the
hold the
clear one.
yeah, hold the empty boy.
Yep.
and you just brain shoots out of
You know that actually happened once?
yeah, some
the back
guy.
of someone's neck.
Yeah, some guy
blew
held
out.
in a sneeze, and then
The back
it was
of his
small, but like the air escaped through the back of his neck.
Like a bullet wound.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
and you could easily die from that. Did he? Because like that would
I don't
rip
think
your
he
whole
died.
internal. Because it's not just throat, skin.
I've got a question for you. This is a bit of a personal one.
Whoa.
Only for the members of this panel. Have you ever heard our dad sneeze?
Dad. Yeah.
Have you ever heard dad sneeze?
Nah. I don't think so.
Have you actually ever heard dad sneeze?
I feel like, yeah.
When?
Can you remember it? Try your best.
I can remember
I can-
Mum.
Oh, yeah.
Mum ramps it up.
If we ask the neighbours, they would say they've heard mum sneeze. It's an exorcism. The Holy Spirit's coming out of her nose.
She loves like and there's like an after effect as well. There's like a
Oh my god.
She's going to love this.
But have you heard dad?
Yeah, I feel like I have.
Give us the dad one then if you're so confident.
Like,
Shut
Nah,
up. That's exactly what it's named.
There was a period.
Like-
I would have been about 15, maybe older actually.
Happy birthday.
And Mum and I were chatting, and she goes, "Yeah." I said, "Dad, I've never." She mentioned it, and I was like, "I don't think I've ever seen Dad sneeze." And when you're like old dude, like you're 15, 16, like you're around long enough to see your dad sneeze.
Yeah.
And he'd never done it. And I asked him, and I think he hurt his neck sneezing. And I must have been pretty serious because he's very good at holding him in. You always see him. If he ever needs to, he'll pin the nose, right?
He's not letting it come out.
And it's like a suppressor. And he just goes, well, that, and you're like, where did it go? Where the fuck did that go?
The back of his head is bleeding.
It's like it shot out his ass. Would make sense. Now, what I noticed was when I got a little bit older, I must have been like 18. He sneezed. And it was just me and him home, and he sneezed. And I was like, that's the first time I've ever heard you sneeze, man. And he goes, yeah, I don't do it often. And that was about...
That's why I haven't heard it before.
But like, because sometimes they sneak up on it. For the most part, he can just go...
But the sneaky
I'm
ones.
usually pretty good at stopping them.
You keep saying you don't do
You
it
just
much,
sneezed
and then,
while
you
I was
and then you
speaking.
say that you're pretty good at stopping them.
On air.
But on the record, like within the last 10 minutes, we've got you doing both of those things. A loud one, involuntary.
I also
Yeah, but
wonder.
I've been holding in like 10 every second.
Ever since.
A big thing that Dad does, which is maybe why he doesn't sneeze. You've heard him in the shower.
Oh,
The big
Jesus.
rinse out. The clearing out of every single...
It's like
every
he's-
air passage.
It's like he's
Sounds
invited
like
an
an
elephant.
elephant.
Yeah, it's like he's invited an elephant into the shower with it.
Every air passage in his body.
Oh, the bugle is here. That's always good. But it's only ever when he's in the shower. You just hear like that, and you're like, what the fuck is that mean?
It's such a loud.
And the thing is, like, when we used to have friends. We used to have friends over, right? So, like me and a mate, like me and Tom, just like playing PlayStation, and then you just hear out of nowhere, like, because the house wasn't that big in Riverton,
Nah.
and we only had one shower,
Goes through the pipes.
and we'd just be sitting there, and then out of nowhere, like, you just hear the shower's on, everyone just knows what's going on,
Yeah. And then
and then you just hear, and I remember Tom just like looked at me, and I hadn't changed my face at all.
yeah.
And I just looked at him like I was like, what? He goes, what was that noise? I was like, you know what? Fucking no one knows.
Boys, obviously, as the podcast grows and as our videos on TikTok and on the Matter TikTok start to go off, people start to recognize... people start to see us out in the wild and people start to say things. Obviously, you guys have had the same experience.
less than you.
Yeah.
All right.
Again.
My usual... The usual time where someone would say, hey, it's you from the podcast. Hey, it's you from TikTok.
It's going to be a long segment.
It's,
I think that all counts as one big humble brag.
yeah, this whole segment's one big...
You're doing a multi.
So usually when that happens, the most likely time that happens is when I'm out at like a nightclub and everyone's a bit drunk. Everyone in that demographic is out all together.
Yep.
Okay.
Right?
The TikTok heads.
That's right. And so usually in the day-to-day, it's not usually happening.
That's fair.
It's like my life is the day to day.
Yeah. Cool.
It never happens.
Yeah.
That's right. Anyway, so obviously, boys, I'm getting my jaw surgery in a couple weeks now.
Yep.
It's crazy, right? We're ramping up. So I've been going to the orthodontist a lot. Went to the orthodontist a few days ago, right? And walk into the clinic, you know, same old, g'day, appointment for Riley. Just a normal checkup. I say, yeah, cool. Sit down for a little bit. You get the old call in. And then I go and sit down on the chair. And Jake's had my doctor before.
Yeah, your orthodontist.
Dr. K. Joe, have you had Dr. K?
No.
Joe's teeth are fine.
He looked at me once when Jake was in the process of getting his braces.
and
He
we'll
was
never be able to fix that.
he's all good.
We'll never be able to fix that.
Damn, those jaw muscles are strong.
Yeah. No, that was before my gum phase.
Oh, yes,
Oh, was
back
it?
in the day. All right. Anyway, so I'm laying back. So I get into the chair. And then they're like, you know, like, any problems with your teeth? Any cutting from the braces or anything? And I'm like, nah, we're in the clear. A-okay.
Isn't that what you had? Didn't you have like a massive issue not that long ago?
I had an ulcer, but that's just child's play.
Oh.
You know,
I feel like that would have had something to do with the braces. Maybe
yeah,
not.
but they can't do anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure, if you wanted
Ulcers
to
are
mention
usually
it.
stress related as well.
I was stressed, boys. Anyway, so I get into the chair. Any problems? I'm like, nah, I'm all good. They're like, all right, cool. We'll recline you all the way back then. You know, you go to the dentist chair.
Up, yeah.
But Joe, you've never been to the orthodontal chair.
No.
So
No, I
the
haven't.
dentist
Go down, bro.
The dentist chair puts you at like a 45-degree angle. The orthodontal chair, you basically, your head's closer to the ground than your toes.
Yeah. It's a big one. It's steep. You got to make sure that you don't lift your feet because you'll fall off.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a slip and slide type.
It's weird.
You've
yeah.
got to hold on.
And-
Especially at our clinic. Like, you could slide.
oh,
Basically, right? So, anyway, they recline me all the way to this position. And usually at this point, they stop talking to you. But Dr. K, he tends to love talking when instruments and his fingers are deep in your mouth.
Oh yeah.
So he loves coming over, putting his 2 index fingers down my gob, and he goes, "G'day, mate. How you been?"
tough to
I'm like,
tell you.
They do that on purpose.
Oh, good. I don't know. Just a little power move. Anyway,
Yeah, it must be.
but today he strolls over, put his 2 fingers down my gob, and says, "Do you have TikTok?" And I'm like,
Wonder how many people he's
Oh.
asking that.
and then I'm like,
so he didn't even ask how you're going.
no, a little bit like, "Oh, g'day, mate. Fingers down the throat. Do you have TikTok?"
Right. Okay.
And I was like, and I was like, pull your fingers out my mouth. And I was like, it's just so awkward because usually like I'm drunk and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, g'day, and then it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, jackers, woohoo, we all have TikTok here, cool. But Dr. K is like a 60-year-old man.
Yeah.
He's not on TikTok, so I was like startled to be like, how do I go around broaching this and like telling him, but not like, because I don't really want to chat about it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
there's
You
not
want
much
to
say.
confirm, but you don't want to have a convo.
There's not much to say, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, and then I'm like, I was like, oh, like, what have you heard? Like, have you heard from?
So you didn't say yes.
No, I just said like, oh, what have you heard?
You hit him back with a question.
Yeah, well, yeah, the blood's rushing to my skull, right? And he was just like, one of my lab technicians has told me, right? Which is just like his little servants, his little minions.
They're
running
like
around.
doctors, so let's not
Yeah.
call them servants.
Anyway, and then he's like, one of my lab technicians. And I was like, which one? Like, maybe I know her. Like, what's her name? Or his name? And
Smooth from you, man.
he was
Smooth.
like, I once... Oh, probably can't say her name.
No, don't. Definitely don't.
But it
Definitely
was
don't.
like-
You just called her a
Just,
servant.
Does the doctor-patient confidentiality go the other way? Yeah.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was like... And
Does tonight.
and then
I'll
he-
tell you that for free.
he dropped her first and last name. And like it was quite a crazy name, but we'll go with Timothy. Oh, it was a woman. We'll go with
That is crazy.
we'll go with Timothella. All right.
Yeah.
So he goes, Timothella Jimbo told me, and then at this point I like because it's dead quiet in the orthodontist, and they have like
Yeah.
6 chairs lined up. I'm the only one there.
Oh.
There's like 8 lab technicians in this little area,
Watching,
and then I roll my head around.
taking selfies.
I
Going, That's the guy from
I
TikTok.
roll my head around, and all of them are looking at me, and most of them are like around 20. Like the 20 to 25-year-old is like the lab
Yeah.
technician age. Fresh
That's
out
our
of-
demo, baby.
fresh out of uni,
Yeah.
right? Anyway, and then I look, and they're all girls. Not that that matters, but like they're all girls.
That
and,
helps.
And everyone's just like looking at me,
And you're like, right.
and everyone's just looking at me. And then he's like, "So is it true or what?" And I was like, "You gotta find out." He's, "I'll ask her. I don't know. I don't know."
How awkward are you being? Way to sell the
Oh,
pod,
no,
bro.
it
Way to
was-
sell the
It
pod.
was literally the most awkward thing in my life, and I legit turned around and locked eyes with like the 4 nurses just like staring at me, just like, "Do ya? Do you have it?" Because I'm there like every 4 weeks. They know who I am. Like we have
And when you're on
we're
the
boys like
table, is that nude?
almost, but oh my god, it was the most embarrassing. I don't know. Usually I'm cool. I'm fine with it. But I just got so I just got so startled and like not expecting it at all. And then he left, and then one of the other nurses came over and she was like, "So how does TikTok work?
Right.
What's the go? What's the go with TikTok?" And I was like,
with our TikTok specifically?
no,
or
just like TikTok.
what?
And I was just like, oh, you just kind of like post.
You didn't create TikTok.
Post videos and then China sort of steals your personal data.
Yeah, and she was like, is it like Instagram? Like, she can like maybe she follows you.
How
And I
old was
like,
this chick?
Oh, she was a bit older. She was like 30 old.
Okay.
Out of
I'm
the
sure
demo.
she wasn't. But
Is she like the second in command, like the one that's saying the like B4?
they don't do that at the orthodontist. I don't
And
think.
then I'm walking, and then
Good problem.
eventually,
I don't know.
finally, this chick comes over, and I'm back to calm because Dr. K has walked off because he hasn't got his answer. He's gone to talk to Timothella
About you.
and get my yeah. And then she's changing like the wire in my mouth or whatever. And then eventually
Did
like
any talk about your teeth at all
Anyway.
during the visit?
wait, and anyway, so they sit my chair back up and they're like, "All right, cool, love your work." And I was like, "Thank you."
They're
very
all
much.
still in there.
And I was like, "Thank you very much." And then he showed me like the molds in my mouth, and he was like, "Yeah, after surgery, you're gonna be all good." And I was like, "That's great news." Anyway, and then I was like about to walk out, and he was like, "So you're famous or something?" And I was like, and I was like, "Oh my
We're back,
god!"
we're back.
And everyone's just standing. All the lab technicians are just standing there, just looking at me, and I'm like, "The fuck!" I clearly
They
don't.
all taking lunch just to watch you come through.
Yeah, and I'm just like, "Oh god!" And then
What did you say to that?
I said, "Not yet." And then they all laughed, right? And then I walked out, and I was like, epic walkout moment. You know, it's perfect to get a laugh and
And
leave.
then
a
they're like,
session.
you need to pay.
It's perfect to walk. Oh, it's already paid for. Anyway, so it's perfect to like just walk out. It's perfect to just make when you make everyone laugh in a group, leave. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I do. Even when I first meet someone, if I make them laugh, I'm out. You know, that's
you gotta
it.
go out.
So yeah, anyway, so I take 3 steps, and then I'm like, fuck, I forgot to ask if I need to book another appointment. I put my head around. I'm like, when do I book another? Like 4 to 6 weeks. And I'm
It's
out.
always the answer.
So you tell them about
Out
the
the door.
podcast?
No, I said just like Google it yourself. Like I was just like, you got to find it yourself. I asked the lady, and we asked Timothella to show you. I'm not gonna.
So she
show
knew.
him.
So she knew.
Yeah, and then I was like, maybe I know, because the person I was. Oh, sorry. I was like, I know a Timothella.
That makes one of us.
I was like, I actually know a Timothella. Do you have a photo of her? Anyways,
Stop asking.
one of
for-
the lab technicians pulls up her
Who is
Insta
that? Oh
and then
my
shows
God.
me
Seems
her.
very inappropriate.
I know, right? Like I shouldn't be getting asked this. And then I
They should
asked
be
her,
showing you
Should be
photos
setting
of
you
other
up on a
employees.
date with an employee.
and I was like, is Timothella around? Like maybe, like, because I used to work with the
He's
Timothella.
only got an
Oh,
hour to
wait.
kill.
Don't doctors and stuff need to like their Facebook can't be their real name to stop shit from this?
Teachers.
Yeah, teachers.
I think doctors
And
are
lawyers
fine.
and stuff.
I think-
Doctors and lawyers.
If
are very
doctors are
different.
avoiding like conflict, there's something in
Yeah,
that.
true.
Anyway,
Yeah.
and then she shows me Timothella's Instagram, and then she's like, yeah, she's like your age. She's like 20. And I was like, I've never seen this woman before in my entire life. And then I just left, and I was like, oh my god. Now I'm like nervous to go. It's already like a little bit annoying to go to
Surely
these places.
she's way more embarrassed about it.
Timothella wasn't in the room.
Yeah, but if she heard about this, can you imagine if
But
where
how is
you work, if you said something about a frequent customer or whatever,
Yeah.
and then your boss went up to him and was like, "Hey, are you this?"
you got OnlyFans? You got
Yeah.
OnlyFans?
Yeah, Riley loves your stuff. Yeah. Like,
Yeah. Oh my god. And then I was like, oh, because I've never seen Timothella before.
yeah.
Like she does the scans. She does the X-ray scans.
Mm.
Oh, not by what you've.
And
been
then I
so
was
your
like,
teeth are that fucked that she
What?
recognized them on TikTok.
that's what I mean. I was like, wait a minute. X-ray scans do the bones. They don't take a photo of your face. I was like, does she know me by my bone facial structure? How
a
close
minute.
does this woman know me?
How good is she at her job?
I don't- yeah, I was just, it's the craziest thing. And I'm going back in another 4 to 5 weeks. Like,
How exciting!
I just feel like I'm going to get harassed again.
I'm excited.
Well,
for
I
it.
reckon as soon as
Wear
I
the
left,
merch.
they were doing I'll bring a box.
bring a square reader.
Yeah, well, as soon as I left, there was no one else in the chairs. I assumed they'd continue to talk about it because that's all they wanted to talk about with me. They probably were like, that was awkward.
Surely they showed Dr. K some of the videos.
Yeah, I mean, they must.
So they had your TikTok up or not?
No, but Timothella.
I say
told them all
your
about
ours.
it.
Ours.
Timothella told them all about it.
Interesting.
So I'm gonna go in next week, and they're gonna be like, "Why are you asking if?"
No, that's cool. That's cool.
Oh yeah, it's funny. It's good fun.
Mate,
but like,
potential cashy on the cards as well. Like, if we start talking them up, they're
They
obviously a very social group. We love that.
Oh, yeah.
Very personable. It's not necessarily about the service. They go the extra mile. They get to know their customers. Some would say too much, but some would say just the right amount.
Can you imagine we had an
Yeah.
orthodontist sponsor the podcast?
that would
There'd be
good.
some money in that.
Yeah. It's
We
a
could-
pretty lucrative. How much a bracelet? Like 10K?
Yeah.
Can you imagine getting a 10% discount on that? And a 10% kickback for us?
Oh,
There you go.
there you go.
Let's go.
We
Let's
like
hit 'em
that.
up.
So what's the story now? Is she wasn't there,
Timothy wasn't there, no.
but she's talked about you before you've arrived.
Timothy has been talking to my doctor about
You don't have any like mutual friends on Instagram?
No.
Have you checked?
I haven't searched her up.
You should. You should definitely do that.
Oh, I don't know.
What if she's already following you?
I don't know. Well, she must know my name because she hasn't seen my face. She's only seen my jaw x-rays.
Yeah.
I reckon she's seen TikTok, then jumped on your Instagram, like all the other ladies seem to,
Mm.
and then she's drawn the dots and gone, that's the same dude that's coming in to get his head kicked in a couple of weeks.
That's so funny though. She's never seen me like in store.
I'm looking forward to get the update on this.
Yes, I
In
like
6
this.
to 8 weeks.
This
or
is
4
quite-
to
We'll get
6.
Timotella on the show. How does that sound?
This is huge. Yeah, we love that. We absolutely love that. Alrighty, boys, it's time to talk about...
School discos. That's right. The PNF discos.
Parents and friends.
Parents
disco.
and friends. Me and Riley were talking about this in the car the other day. And
Is that what it stands for?
Parents and friends.
PNF, parents and friends.
Is that what it stands for?
Yeah, interesting. Hey, you would not want to be one of the friends. A bit curious, hey?
This was a talking point.
Bit weird. Yeah. Hey, who's that Dave guy with the mustache? Yeah. Oh, which one's his kid?
He's a friend.
Hey, he's just a friend. A friend of who? A friend of the kids? A friend of the parents?
Just
I
as
honestly don't
Does he
know.
have any friends? I've never seen him with
Can
anyone.
you imagine if you're...
Why is he jerking off?
Oh.
Oh.
No, that's
Whoa.
friendly. That's too
imagine
too
if-
friendly. Dave, put it on.
Can you imagine if, like, obviously when we're a bit older, right? And if we have kids or whatever, and you're like,
No.
you're like, oh yeah, like you and like your two best mates, you have kids, and then, you know
Did you just call us your best mates? Is that
No,
what you
no,
did?
like you externally, and then your best mates. You have kids, and then they all the same age, whatever. And then you have one friend who doesn't have kids. He's like, I'll join the committee. What are we doing? Sausage sizzles, fundraisers, discos. Yeah, it sounds
Watered down cordial discos.
sounds good. Yeah.
Yahoo! Why not?
Yeah, that's pretty hectic. I reckon a few of my mates would want to do that. Just put like acid in a cup and just be like, oh, let's just see this PNF really,
Yeah.
really kick off.
They're gonna really start to appreciate these tunes.
So when did how many times did we have a PNF disco per year? Was it
What's the term?
Yeah, we'd have 4 a
Surely.
year.
really?
It was a lot.
Although when you're a kid, it seems like
It does seem
few
like
and far
ages, yeah.
between. If I got to go to a party with my friends every 12 weeks, I'd be very happy.
If you had enough friends to go to a party once every 12 weeks, you'd
I'd be very happy.
You'd be very happy.
Yeah, before you.
That's every term.
That's crazy.
Well, it was where we were. I don't know if that's a privilege.
It's crazy. It's the
Yeah.
It's the most magical night of the year. It's the night of nights.
It really is. Yeah.
You get it 4 times though, so it's the most
yeah,
magical night of the season.
Every
Yeah, but when
like,
you're a kid, a term feels like fucking ever.
It actually does, hey. And some of the terms like 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Could you
it'll
imagine
be
getting
like, we're starting late and then
We're gonna wrap up
it's-
early.
It's Christmas.
Do you know what they used to do though?
It's in a month. Yeah.
They used to do the whole like, you get an 8 week of this one. Next one's 13 though.
Yeah, that was always I think
Yeah.
the largest we ever had was a 12er, and that
I had a 13.
we had
Yeah.
a few kids question the worth to
Like
live.
Easter. It's Easter.
We had a few pie. They were like, yeah, we can't do this shit anymore.
Easter's early this year. 2 weeks and then 20.
Yeah, load,
Whatever. Yeah.
load management. It was pretty intense.
Oh my god.
What was the PNF just? Is that a Catholic thing?
Well, they're the ones who run it.
Parents and friends. What I think it is it must be called parents and friends because obviously there are like step parents and
Yeah.
you know,
Oh.
this person there, you know, their uncles might look after them.
Maybe
like,
your older brother.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm 26. I never knew it was parents and friends. It was always just PNF, and I never really worked out what that meant.
But you know what's weird? Why do they advertise themselves? Just call it the disco.
Yeah, the
You don't need to
PNF.
shout
They're not
out.
the sponsor. It's
Yeah,
not the.
Well, that's another. I didn't ever call it the PNF disco. It was
That's
just the disco.
I saw a sign once and it said the Parents and Friends disco.
Well, that's
That's
the
how I
sign
know.
was made by them. They just want a bit of cred.
Yeah, it's a bit freaking. It's a bit wanky. It's like having at the end of a movie. It's like written and directed by Quentin Tarantino,
Yeah.
produced by Quentin Tarantino, edited by Quentin.
Well, we
Yeah.
get it.
It's
Quinn.
like yeah,
We're
we
done
get it.
by parents and friends.
We get it, Tarantino. Wrap it up, brother. But yeah, PNF disco comes around once every 12 weeks apparently. But you dress up, you wear your Vans, you put on your nicest
man.
pair of jeans.
When
The Vans come off as you walk
Vans-
through the door though.
See,
we used to have Dunlop volleys.
by the time you
Shout
were around and it was your age to do this sort of stuff, I was 15, 16. So we had a bit of an understanding as to what was trendy,
yeah.
right? When I'm 6 and I don't have anyone to look up to internally, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've got no real concept.
No.
Especially now, kids these days. Kids these days.
You're
No-
officially old. You can't say that and go back
No,
on
but
it.
like they've got they have access to like the internet and stuff.
Like
So-
TikTok.
So they see what
They see what's cool.
what 20-year-olds, what teenagers are doing.
What? Yeah.
Yeah,
Where
like
for us it was like
Nangs.
yeah. Hey,
Nangs of the
Mum,
PNF.
Yeah, we got cordial and then we got cream charges. yeah.
It's what the kids want to do.
Just one nang at a time. Come on.
Watered down Nangs.
Yeah. Yeah, watered down. Yeah, it's half nang, it's half helium. Oh my god.
They were the
Anyway,
days.
so you put your Vans on, you put your colourful socks on, you put your jeans on, and you wear a cool shirt.
You put your shirt with the flame.
I remember one year.
with the flame. Was heat.
I remember. and
Can we?
You get that
surely
dry
there's-
cleaned in the week going up.
Surely there's still sell those. Can we get a couple adult size versions of them?
The
and
Guy Fieri, like
Yeah, I would love that. And we should wear the next big event we go to.
shirt with the flame.
We all wear the exact same matching shirt with flame,
What?
3/4 denim jeans,
one of my mates for
white shoes.
his 21st, he had his theme was I actually think it was Year 7 Social. That
That's
was his
good.
name.
Yep, that's good.
Suggested by
Oh, so-
Who?
me.
Yours.
Who else? Who else was it gonna be?
Good theme though, yeah, good theme.
It's
One
your,
on the board.
it's your idea. Yeah, no, they were all time. Some of the absolute pillars of a PNF. These are primary school discos. We're only talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smoke machine.
Classic.
When was the last time you saw a smoke machine?
Smoke machine.
Year
They
6.
do them tiny now. People carrying around. They come in different flavors.
Little- And the other thing you often would see, even those bubble machines.
Yeah, even though they're like nice, to make the floor nice and slippery. Yeah.
It would just be on. It was basically a smoke machine, but it was just pissing out bubbles.
That's right.
They were all time.
It was
The really. He's always like 45. He's wearing cargo shorts.
Oh, the
And
Deej?
he's your DJ. He's wearing a snapback backwards.
Yeah.
He's got the cans on and he's putting on Hey Ya. And
You do wonder what he's doing 9 to 5.
what? Yeah.
slinging gear.
He's heading to metros after the freaking PNF disco though.
Although you have to kind of like, I remember. So when you're a kid, you're like, oh, the DJ's like the fucking coolest guy ever.
Yeah.
And then you go through the phase where it's like, oh, this is like, they're obviously so lame.
Mm.
But then you come around and then you go, it's kind of nice that he's like here. He's playing songs that you probably hate
Yeah.
for kids, knowing that they're having a great time.
You have to have an incredible personality to
Yeah.
get into or you just
The
got to
hype-
have a really good supplier. One or the
Yeah,
two,
yeah.
but to get on the same level as Johnny, the 11-year-old kid, is pretty impressive stuff. Because I must say, like they brought the energy.
Yeah, and they're not just playing songs; they're doing crowd work.
Everybody
They're-
dance now.
There's a lot of calling.
No one's enjoying that more than the lot behind the
Yeah.
decks.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
was going
and he'd
on.
turn it on, and it was just like, oh, this is one for him. He's in loving it. And then
Yeah.
that hey baby.
Hey, baby.
I
yeah.
played that at a party we had a couple of weeks ago. We went around to one of my mates. Everyone's got like Spotify. It's like, oh, queue up whatever songs. Hey baby, 100%. Just go to it.
Yeah, no,
It's a different vibe when there's 10, 26-year-old lads sitting out the bag and Hey Baby comes on.
oh, it's not like a dance party.
No, we're all
Yeah.
just sitting there, just having a smoke,
Yeah,
having a
that's
drink.
sad.
Yeah, it was really lifted.
I liked it.
It lifted the spirits a bit. Yeah, everyone quite enjoyed it.
I also love in the school discos. There's always obviously some people are there to dance, some people are there to run around.
Mm-hmm.
They're just kids playing chasey,
A lot of people running.
running around, just legging it. Can you imagine going to like a club and half the people are playing fucking tag?
Just going, you're it.
Just
Imagine
people
that.
on speed, just speeding by.
Yeah, I do remember just booking it around the whole thing.
Yeah,
And
and,
your
parents
kids-
being like, "Don't run."
Kids would just be
Yeah.
sliding on their knees as well.
Oh,
Like the
yeah.
most painful
And
thing
the
you
floor,
could think of.
it wasn't floorboards. It was like concrete.
It was like a lino. It was like a
Yeah.
lino on the concrete.
Oh, it was so hot. And there was a few times, like on the sliding, I smacked my head on the lino. Because like you slide with that much gusto that you lose it. And you
Yeah.
just go bang.
Need a concussion rule at the PNF dispense.
yeah, 12. That's
Yeah, you got to sit out for 12 days.
not
eh?
12 days. That's 12 weeks.
Yeah, and then, the cordial.
The red cordial. Yeah, they used to like.
Those plastic cups. And you have to take the cups back.
Yeah, and they would do. I
Oh,
feel like they
yeah.
would
No glasses.
unveil the. It was in a little
the canteen
hole in
section.
the wall canteen,
Settle.
and they would. Yeah, glory.
Settle.
The glory hole.
And they'd bring it, they'd open it up. And like the moment it opened up, it was like,
It's like rolls as well. It's like...
it was like mosquitoes
Yeah.
to a light. It was pretty
because they're
nuts.
the freak kids who don't have sugar at home.
Oh, yeah. And this
Yeah,
is
so
all they
like,
get.
There you go.
And there were the sweat on these children. We were one of them, but like you were just wet. You would come out wringing wet. Like it is pretty full on.
It's
Mm.
that good, hey.
They get... And also, rough on the PNF. Like, obviously, they're not supplying much. $2 entry. Where's that going? Where's that going, parents and friends?
He's probably playing the DJ.
Oh, yeah.
How much do you think the DJ's getting?
Not much.
Nah, it'd have to be making a bit.
He'd only be there for like... Because they do the primary school from like... they do the lower half of the school from like 6 to 8. Oh, no, probably not. Probably like 5 to 7. And the other one's like 7 to 9.
Were they
if
split?
that.
Yeah.
'Cause
Bottom half.
otherwise you'd get, 500 kids running around.
Yeah.
Do you reckon there's? Could you go back? Could you go back and just like
Suss it.
We should rent the hall.
what and do
Our
one
old school hall.
and do one?
I reckon
That's
we
where
could
you
walk
sh-
in.
I mean, we could be the friends, just for once, just for one night only.
Well, Riley obviously won't be able to do because of the incident, but
For one night only, we could be the friends.
what, DJing or pouring the cordy?
Any of the above.
I think the fact that you said something about putting acid.
Yeah,
in
probably. I'm probably not going to be able to do the cordy after that statement. That was a bit of over the top.
I'll bring the nangs.
It would be, yeah.
Imagine being the DJ. We'd be able to bring the energy.
But if you just need Spotify with the
You
turn
mi-
the crossfade up to 15.
Yeah.
Like
you
it'd be the
mix it
easiest.
there,
We'd do it for free. Probably not. But we'd do it for cheap. We do it on the cheap.
Do it for $2 a head.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, it would be interesting to see what the kids are up to these days. I wonder what because obviously, the songs that we listen to were like a little bit older than like they're not songs you'd hear on the radio at the time. They weren't like the hits.
No, they were classics.
Yeah, but are those classics the same or like?
is Hey Baby still getting a run?
Yeah.
At what point do they? What point does the DJ stop playing Hey Baby?
You can't. You can't.
You can't do it. Yeah.
You can't. Can't go
Because there's gonna be songs that they play now, and I'm like, fuck, that's not that. That's only been out a couple.
Yeah, like
Wow.
like the stuff like
WAP,
you gotta think
surely
about-
WAP's getting a run.
That's what we were talking about. That like, are they playing the like
Censored
censored
WAP.
version?
They'd have to.
It's
just the
weird,
instrumental.
though.
It is a bit weird, but
Yeah,
mate,
Come on, kids, that weird.
alrighty, boys, that just about brings us to the end of another episode of the MacPack podcast. But before we finish up this week, we have to finish up the same way that we do each and every week with one of our favourite weekly segments. It's our only weekly segment. It's time for Everyday Hero.
Boys, uni has been getting crazy, to say the least.
Oh, really?
Always. It's a hectic course, right? And
Remember
obviously...
the first year he did it?
Yeah.
And it was like, what'd you do today? He goes, I watch a movie.
Nothing,
yeah.
Watch a movie. I didn't go today. Why? No, I didn't like the movie.
They really sucker punch you in the second and third years. But now I'm in my final year, and things are getting a lot more technical. Things are getting a lot more tough, but it's good fun. But one of the courses I'm undertaking at the moment is cinematography.
Nice.
Obviously studying film. Cinematography, run by the cinematographer at the uni.
Who would have thought?
What is cinematography
He's a hero.
for those
Can I
that don't
shout his
know?
name?
Let's not, just in
Alright.
case.
What is a cinematographer?
Yeah, for those who don't know.
He's the guy who holds the camera. He's the guy who makes the shots look pretty.
Nice.
So we're learning about lighting and cinematography, composition, all about the camera, all about lenses, all that kind of fun stuff.
Yep.
Which is dope, right? And I don't know if you guys know how lenses work. This is going to get a bit boring, but it's
Nice.
it's crucial to the story. So it's actually not that boring. So lenses, you can block off the amount of light that comes in,
Yep.
which then affects the depth of field.
Yep.
Which means that you can have blurry background to make it look cinematic, right? If you open the lens right up. But they're measured in f-stops, right?
Of course.
Of course, right? But there's a different type of lens that measures them in t-stops.
Oh,
We're getting pretty close. We're getting pretty close to the boring line.
Don't get me started.
Anyway, so that's it, right?
We've never had the thing where they're like, you know, when someone's on stage and they're like hook thing sort of comes out and pulls them off stage.
Yeah,
but
if we're ever going to do
I can see
it,
it getting ready out there. Yeah.
it's close.
Anyway, so f-stops and t-stops. F-stops way more common than t-stops. T-stops are rare. T-stops are only really in cinema. Anyway, I didn't know how they measured them. I know how they measure f-stops, but I didn't know how I was like, what's the difference between an F and a T, sir? Because it's crucial information. I was like, what's the difference between an F and a T? And even he was like, dude, I can't even explain it to you. I can't tell you, right? And I was like,
Great teacher.
fair enough, right? I was like, fair enough. He tried to explain it, but he was like, that's not really what it is. Anyway, and I was like,
How much you paying this guy?
that's the point. I was like, that's a bit frustrating. Like, I can't find, I'm asking the guy who's meant to know everything as my teacher, paying like, I worked it out. You know, you're paying a fair few $100 per lesson, which goes for like 2 hours. Surely every question I ask can get answered. No, I wasn't thinking this at the moment, but in hindsight, I was like,
Yep.
Anyway, so a couple, like an hour or two goes past, my phone buzzes, and I realize I get an email from my teacher who immediately left class and then did a bunch of research on them so he could tell me exactly what they are.
That's pretty good.
And I was like, damn, this guy's going above and beyond. And he also did it again, like today, about another question I had from weeks ago, and was just been doing research on them.
That's fantastic.
And then he just hits me up, like sends an email. He's like, hey, here's a video I just watched and this and that. Like, there's a little breakdown of this and that. Like, it's kind of like this and that. Like, it gives analogies and da 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 da.
That's actually really good. I
was
gave
like,
him a drive-by before. What a dude.
I know.
Go the extra mile.
Because, like, he could easily just be like, oh, you give me the rundown. Give me the skinny on it.
Yeah.
But he was just
And then
like,
give it to you and just be like, yeah, man, I don't know. Have a look into it. You let me know next week.
yeah.
Like that's where I would leave it.
But
But
he-
you're the fucking student. You want to learn.
Yeah, he was like, I don't know.
Opportunity to learn here,
But
mate.
he's like, that's not good enough. I'm going to go learn and then tell him because he
Yeah.
deserves to know.
That's really
Good on him for seeking out.
Good on you for asking a question that he doesn't know as well. Because, like, most people would be like, oh, well, I'm probably too afraid to ask. And then when they don't get the answer, they'll be like, oh, all right, yeah, don't worry about it. And then proceed to just be like, this guy doesn't really know what he talks about.
Mm.
No, that's cool.
I
Shout
gotta
out-
say, Riley,
shout
when
out
you
Cheech.
started this out, I was thinking this is possibly the worst everyday year ever. And we've had some
We've had some heavers.
shockers.
Oh, boy.
But yeah, just the image of I just found it's like a really sweet, really cute thing to do. Be like making a mental note of it, going out of class, doing the research, and like, oh, what is it?
Yeah, that's cool.
And then yeah, it's just so nice.
Especially a lot of the tutors that I had, you'd ask them on the spot. You knew they didn't know the answer. They knew they didn't know the answer.
But they wouldn't tell.
And they just lie. And then you're like, that's like not even close to correct.
Mm.
And the issue is you've said that in front of 20 people. There's a test on this. They're all going to say that. You're the reference.
Yeah.
And then when you mark them down as no, or the chick in charge, the lecturer marks them down as wrong. And when they all come back next week and go, mate, didn't you say that? And you go, nah. I'll remember. I will remember.
Especially at uni, because uni's so like not personal. Like tutors can easily disassociate themselves with students.
Yeah.
Like they just be like, oh, whatever, because I get hundreds of these a year.
Yeah.
So to go like the extra mile, actually like find my contact details, hit me up, know me by name.
No, I really like
Cool.
that.
That's pretty impressive.
Go,
Oh,
sir.
props to
Bravo.
him. So this week's Everyday Hero goes to the uni tutor who's willing to go the extra mile.
That's it.
We absolutely love that. Alrighty, boys, that just about brings us to the end of an episode of the MacPack podcast.
Oh yeah.
So you haven't sneezed since.
I haven't sneezed. I've been holding it in. I've been having a nose on my peg. I mean, a peg on my nose the whole time, and it's worked.
There you go.
Good on you.
We love it. Did you get your adenoids out once?
I did once, and they're
Wha-
gone.
What is that? What does that mean?
They're like your tonsils, but for your nose.
Because is Joe's voice the bassiest of the bunch? Talk.
No, mine is. Oh, of course my voice breaks as I get
Mine
tested.
Go. I think Joe's is.
The deepest.
Yeah, Joe's is.
No, mine's the deepest. Listen to that,
I
bro.
beg to differ.
Shut up, Joe.
No, but that's not how you usually talk.
Yes, it is.
You've
You're
got
doing a
no, you
voice.
don't. Yeah, you're
No,
putting
this
it.
is how I normally sound.
No, it isn't. That's better.
This is how I normally sound.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Alright, how about we put up a poll?
Who's got the deepest?
Sexiest voice on the show. And there you go, test. No, we all know. We all know who's.
Mine's very high. I can go. I can go as high as I would like.
It's good to have
Yeah.
that variation.
Well, who?
Do a deep voice.
Okay. Give me someone. Give me someone to do.
Yourself.
It's impression work.
Low.
Me.
Me.
Do Riley. Yeah. And then do me. Maybe you can go that low.
And then do me if you can go that low.
That was good.
Who's that?
Joe-ish. Joe sort of.
Now go lower.
Now go lower.
There you go. Now that's me.
The blokes who do the
Yeah.
Fox footy. Have you ever heard Fox footy commentary?
That's bad, hey.
The actual not the guys who are on do the commentary. The guys who do like the
The
ads.
promo.
Richmond Tigers are up against the Essendon Demons, and that's not even their name. But my voice is so damn low that no one's even realised.
Can you imagine if every episode of this started with
Good day and welcome to the MacPack podcast.
Oh, God.
It would be a vibe. It would be a vibe.
There you go.
But there you go. You got
anyway,
that on the
give us
TikTok.
a review.
Who's got the most Who's got the most peculiar voice you've ever heard?
Ricky.
Wow.
Ricky has a really nice voice.
But it is the most peculiar voice I've ever heard.
Yeah. Oh, do you Jerry Seinfeld? I was practicing my Jerry Seinfeld the other night.
Oh yeah. What's
I got it. I got it really good.
do it. Do yours. What's to do with airline? I feel like sometimes I can do it.
Oh fuck! I'm not
There's a lot
confident.
more pauses than that, Joe.
Not confident.
What's the deal with airline food? But that's like someone doing it.
What's the deal with airline food? That I don't know what the accent is.
It's a bit too women-y.
That sounded like Jesse from Toy Story.
I think that was more the accent.
Yeah.
Have you ever done Rob Brydon's Man in a Box? Have you heard Rob Brydon's Man in a Box?
Nah.
I don't.
One of my favorite voices, Will Arnett.
Give us a bit.
He's got a deep.
I literally
good voice.
I can't go that deep. The guy
He's
who
his-
plays Bojack.
He plays Bojack. He also does Lego Batman.
Here's his deep. We can do like a bass drop on this. Maybe one week we just come in.
We just sound a little bit like this. And you'll think you're watching Fox Footy, but you're not.
Yeah.
You're here on the MacPack podcast.
The Ball Drop podcast.
There you go. So if you are enjoying the pod, congratulations. You're in a small minority.
No. People have been loving it lately.
People actually have. People have been messaging us. We
Especially
don't.
these last few weeks.
Last few weeks has definitely been we're on the app.
We've been on fire.
We've been on the app. If you are enjoying, make sure that you do share it with a mate. Just one, because
We can't have too many.
two would be a stretch. We've got some things in the works. We always have things in the works.
Do have things in the work
We're getting pretty good at not telling people what they are,
ever.
because there was a period where we'd overshare.
Yep. New
then-
studio.
Well, and then we'd under-deliver.
Yeah.
It's in the works.
But we've got things in the work, and we're working on them.
We are indeed.
Call the app.
Boys,
All credits, buddy.
it's been real. It's been good. This hasn't been real good. Ladies and gentlemen, until we do this time next week, stay safe, stay blessed, and always remember to
Go give your mum a hug.
it's ciao for now, but not forever.